So check this shit out. I think we're going to find a lot of this because the AI is going to be able to correlate so much quicker than any human scientist, going over data. I think data entry and looking at data is going to be up to AIs completely very soon, eh? Because, they do a lot of database correlation to get these kind of findings, I'm sure. Our personalities can significantly influence gene expression. Now, what I wanted to say was, before we even read this, I haven't read this yet, we'll read it. But what I wanted to say was, just to stick with this idea, if your personality, right, can write your genes, because that's essentially what it's saying, right, if that there's a changeability and a new gene scripting or writing, and that's what creates a new expression. What if, and what I'm saying is connect it to what I've said before about leaving this place and, for instance, being connected to, if you have a child who's like a clone of your DNA, being connected emotionally or via, just the DNA like that, and that may prevent you from, I don't know, completely leaving this system. You know what I mean? This world, this system, this simulation, whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? So connect that up with this first sentence, right? Wouldn't that then mean, and I know I'm jumping the gun, we don't have proof of anything I just said, but I'm adding it here because I'm a philosopher, right? So we're philosophizing. It's up to science to try and find out if I'm wrong or right. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm right. I said I'm supposing something, right? I've supposed in the past that you might not be able to leave this place if you're too emotionally attached, or if you've had kids. You may be attached to that living DNA being here even if your body dies. Because, children and their parents and stuff are like animals and their owners in telepathy. You know what I mean? Light communications. And, beyond, electromagnetic spectrum even. Possibly, right? When we consider the 12-strand spiritual DNA stuff that we've heard about. You see what I'm saying? Because, science, I say that because science already knows that cells communicate across the spectrum, infrared, this, that, and the other, right? So I'm just adding to this higher notions, you know what I mean? So all I'm saying is that would mean, let's pretend what I just said was actual fact, because we don't know. I'm just supposing it. But let's pretend that was reality, that you're going to be connected to your kid, or if you're too emotionally tied to this place you can't leave, right? Soul ties, right? So on and so forth. That's what I'm talking about, obviously. Let's suppose that that's true for sure, because we don't know 100%, right? It's very suspected by people like me, but we don't know. So let's pretend it is real for a second. Then this becomes even more interesting, because you come back to read this line. Our personalities can significantly, as well they've written, I didn't write it, influence the gene expression, right? So what? Oh, fuck, I guess that's why you listen to my channel and you should subscribe. You couldn't even fucking make the conclusion, you gump. So what? What do you mean, so what? Well, this means directly that the lower ego can program the genes. And so, for instance, the philosophy of you need to have hate to get out of here. You need to hate this place to get out of here. Would make sense and would be then and thus validated. Right? That's all I'm saying. See what I'm saying? All right, cool. Now let's read the article. Yeah, it's a big epiphany. I hope you caught all that. Well, you know, deep interconnection between mental and biological state. Not flu vaccines? What the fuck is this message? I don't want no flu vaccine. What the fuck was that? How do these people get my number, man? See that message that just came up? Too weird. Anyway, back to the article. Fuck hell. I don't even know who that was. What the fuck, man? Alright, so highlighting the deep interconnection between our mental state, what do I call it? This mental spirit light body. See what I'm saying? What do I always say? That people like me, people like us with our own spirit can write ourselves. We're not just read only, matrix write only. We can write ourselves, right? Consciously. Right? Biology of perception, and we change ourselves, you know what I mean? And then, you know, conjoin that to what I just concluded just before. Well, they've written it here. If adopting creative and self-transcendent. They've even written it. I can't believe it. I'm reading it. That's crazy. Self-transcendent, transcending the self, right? Adopting creative and self-transcendent perspective on life can positively impact gene expression. Don't worry about the well-being and longevity part. I mean, that's obvious. What fucking Heilig wouldn't know that already? Obviously, they'd have to be a Heilig. You know what I mean? Sorry, I meant what person wouldn't, know that already? They'd have to be a Heilig. So my point is, they've actually written the self-transcendent perspective. And what I was saying before is that maybe, that's part of the deal of getting out of here. Like your conscious state, right? Other people have said, not just me, I have to die in a certain way to get out of here, right? Remember, there's that whole thing they were saying about the lighted tunnel, the spiritual movement, about, you get like whoever you favor at the end of the light of the tunnels to try and get you back here and reincarnate. Like Jesus might show up if you're a Christian, you know what I mean? All right, so yeah, I just wanted to put that all together because I love getting spiritual on these scientific articles. It's too funny.